Hi there. So I wanted to just check in and see how everybody's doing now that we've all been in quarantine or this, shelter in place for the last 4 to 6 weeks, depending on what state or country you live in. And I know for me, I've gone through so many different layers of emotions and introspection on my life. And it's given me a lot of insight towards what kind of seeds I want to plant going forward and what I, want to do in my life going forward as well. So I know there's so much fear about, what is going on globally as far as businesses and how people are going to just integrate into the world and into society once again when this veil between heaven and earth lifts. We're just going to lift this veil, and what are we going to do? Are we going to be safe to go to public places? What's going to happen to our choices and the control or lack of control we have in making choices in life? There's fear around, enforcing vaccinations where you can't get your driver's license unless you've got this nano chip and vaccination put into your body. And, all this fear, all this media stuff, it's just creating a lot of mental confusion, what people's opinions are and their worries and their fears, which create anger and frustration, which really just kind of sucks the joy and happiness out of our lives. So I just want to, just take a moment to have everybody just take a deep breath and just ground yourself and really just kind of check in with you. What's important to you? What do you know to be true for you? We're all so different and unique and individual. What may work best for one person may not work best for you. And only you have lived in this body or your body your entire life. So, what medications I take may not work best for you, or what choices I make about things going on in my life may be different for you because your life experiences are different, and we get just consumed with everybody's opinions and fears. And I just want to kind of reinforce, that it's really up to you, and how connected and grounded are you in finding those answers. Do you feel out of control with this, what's going on? And what your future is going to be, because you do have control over that. You do still have the power. And I think right now everybody's feeling like they don't have power and control over their lives. And I just want to remind you that you do. Don't get sucked into all the fear and the worries from the media and everybody that you circle yourself around and what they might be feeling. Because they're experiencing that through their own life experiences and maybe even some of their own lineage and family of origin belief systems. So, I've spent the last 25 years working with thousands of people with health and wellness through massage. I've worked with people who are post-surgery, whether it's orthopedic surgery or you've had cosmetic surgeries, doing lymphatic drainage. I've worked with them doing hypnotherapy and EFT, which is emotional freedom technique, and chakra therapies and energy therapies. And I've really have learned a lot about, just how the stressors in their life affect their body physically, and it breaks down the immune system, which is kind of the opposite of what we're trying to do right now, which is build our immune system so we can fight off disease and viruses that are happening around us. And and I hope that this time of quarantine just really has given us all the opportunity to look at how we care for ourselves, how we spend time with our family, how we, when we are sick, do we stay home or do we go out and spread viruses into our communities and society? So I hope that we are looking at those things. How prepared are you for a future virus? How prepared are you for being laid off of work? Do we have life insurance or savings, or if we've been spending it on, all the material things in life? And so I'm hoping that a lot of this time that we've spent being home quarantined, that we're just kind of looking at some of those things. How are we eating and speaking to ourselves? Are we being really hard on ourselves, or are we, doing things that are uplifting and high vibrational? So, anyways, these are things that I work with my clients, and when we set goals and just trying to, create overall health and wellness and happiness, because that's ideally what everybody wants, is they want to feel love and happiness and good health. And so I work with people on how to achieve that. And so one of the things that I wanted to kind of share that not a lot of people probably even know about, which are the chakra systems. And because these are ways that we can kind of get out of balance, and we're not really consciously aware of it. The first three chakras are really where a lot of people kind of get stuck. Our sacral chakra, solar plexus, and if you don't know much about chakras, a lot of the 1, 2, and 3 have a lot to do with our family of origin, our belief systems, how we feel, about our financial stability, and that affects the colon and all the, digestive system as we work into our second chakra, which is right below the belly button. That area is all about our creation, what we're creating in life. It's about our relationships with people, whether it's sexually or in interrelationships. It's what we're creating in the world as far as ideas. And a lot of that can be affected by how we feel, which is our third chakra, and that is right underneath your diaphragm in your ribcage area. And when you're feeling that you don't have self-confidence or self-control over things in your life, oftentimes that's affected by relationships that we've experienced, or our family of origin and their belief systems, or the expectations they have on us on how we should and should not be, or the choices that we should or should not do in our own life, and making our own decisions. And a lot of our decisions are based off of how we feel about ourselves. And if we're in our truth about that, which moves you into your heart chakra. A lot of people don't live in their heart, which is where their truth is, their true heart's desires. We are very guarded, protecting ourselves all the time, versus opening ourselves up and being honest with ourselves and communicating it through the voice chakra. And, sometimes we get too caught up in thinking and overanalyzing things, which is where we tend to get away from being intuitive and trusting that intuition that guides us and is connected to a higher spirit, a higher being, those who have passed on. And so when we overanalyze things and spend too much time worrying because of how we feel about ourselves, which can oftentimes be caused by past relationships or family of origin, or not feeling financially stable, or just not having our primal needs taken care of, food, shelter, clothing, and we're worrying and stressed about those things, then we're not able to really be in our heart and being in our truth. And so anyways, there's so many depths of this that I do work with people, because I notice it in their bodies, and it causes a lot of dis-ease in their body. And it breaks down your whole central nervous system and your whole immune system when you have all of this trapped and it's not flowing and free. And so obviously, what works for me and my body is going to be different than what works for you in your body, because we have different life experiences and we know what is true. So, anyways, I want to share this with you because, when we're spending so much time listening to media and listening to other people's worries and fears, we tend to lose track of what is true for us. What choices are good for us? Do I want to follow those who are in fear, or do I want to check in with myself on when I feel more comfortable going out into the world? Obviously, if I have a compromised immune system and I'm not doing well and I'm not feeling safe, then I'm probably not going to go into the world. And if that is you, if you have a compromised immune system and you have those worries, then what are you doing to take care of yourself? And, when we are stuck in these first, second, and third chakras, those are affecting your digestive system. It's affecting, your overall health. When you're not in your heart and you're guarded, your lungs are being suppressed, your heart's not able to pump passion and blood and filtration through the body. I mean, you want to just open that up. You want to breathe and move the energy. And so these are things that I work with my clients in helping them in creating good health and happiness. What are you feeding your mind? What are you feeding your body? And what choices are best for you? And when you spend time checking in with yourself and checking in with your higher self, that is the best way to know that you're making the right choice in anything in your life, whether it's a life transition, whether it's choosing healthy foods. Because the more we fill our body with drugs, alcohol, negative thoughts, bad influence through the circles that we hang out with, people who bring us down with negativity and things that are not true, they're just lies, that's when it brings down how we feel about ourselves, our self-esteem, and we start to question and doubt our choices when we surround ourselves with that, because the drugs and the alcohol and the negativity and all these toxins, they cause brain fog. We're just tired and we just can't think clearly. And so the cleaner you eat, the cleaner and more clear your thoughts will be. And it's all about balance. I mean, believe me, I drink my coffee and I like my wine, and I'll enjoy different types of food, but on a regular basis, I do try to stay healthy and clean so I can make healthy choices and feel confident about my choices as I move into the world again. And so I just want to share this with you. Hopefully it makes sense on some level. I'd be more than happy to share more of that information with you if you want to have a one-on-one consultation with me. But I just want to remind everybody that you do have the power of choice, and you have to trust your choices and follow your gut and your intuition and stay connected to your higher self, because that is the truth. That is the connection that you want to connect with, because that is for your higher good. It's not controlled by greed, financial greed and corruption and these negative things. People are going to want to influence you to benefit them. You need to make choices for you and what benefits you, and that's it. Let everybody else make their choices and accept people for being different. And we're all beautiful and unique, and we all know ourselves the best. And so the more time we spend connecting to ourselves through meditation and prayer, through silence and feeding ourselves good things, that's going to fuel the happiness and the love and the joy back into our life again, where we can start living in the world again. So anyways, I know that was kind of lengthy, but I just felt kind of pressed to share that with you. And I really hope that, all of this, restrictions that are being forced upon us, and all this, control that is being pressed into our lives, where we have less control. I hope some of that lightens up and everybody starts to feel happier and lighter, and they can start enjoying life soon again. So anyways, I hope you're having a great day. Spend some time in fresh air if you can, and remember to love yourself with healthy food, healthy thoughts, healthy people, and smile, because you're beautiful and unique. All right, thanks for listening.